Desiree Mitchell says, women should be financially taken care of in a relationship. Your woman shouldn't have to worry about paying a darn thing. If you cannot afford to take care of a woman completely, don't date or pursue a woman until you can. The woman is the prize. Pay for it.
But I love her though.
She belongs to the street.
So sad, so sad, so sad. That chicken Josh.
She belongs to the street.
You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
Oh, man. Nah, I'm good. You know what? Because I'm a male feminist, guys, and I truly believe in equality. And I think it's just so important. The patriarchy has ran the world for too long. So Desiree Mitchell, I would hate to contribute to the patriarchy and pay things for you, because I know that you are a strong, independent woman, and I would never belittle you to think that you're not able to support yourself. So as much as I respect your opinion, I just, being the male feminist I am, I cannot agree with your statement. And I just, I think that women should pay equally, just like men, because equality. That actually, guys, is an example of when we talked about she tests your masculine frame or your confidence. This idea of that thing, like when a girl comes up to you at a bar and she asks you to buy her a drink, it's like, aren't you going to buy me a drink? Like that, when she sees that she can get you to acquiesce, it's like, oh, failed the test. Versus like when a girl comes up and she's like, I believe girls should be financially taken care of in a relationship. It's like, I'd be like, I don't believe that. Like, what are you bringing to the table? And you challenge her. Like, that would be an idea of passing her test. This girl, I love arguing with feminists now. Like ones that I just meet just to get a reaction out of them. So fun. All right, guys, here's an idea, a relationship post. And again, I can see this. I can picture a bunch of the relationships that I personally know of in my life of between man and woman. And I can see all of the girls and the relationships looking at this post, liking it, laughing, hee. Oh, that's so funny. It's like, to me, this doesn't seem fun. If this is the stereotype relationships, like, look at this. She's sitting on couch, reaches hand out, and guy goes, ah, right? Because guys, we are the true romantics. It's just a big lie that we're told that we're not. We're the true romantics. Ah, you want to hold my hand? I want the chips. And he's just like, oh. It's like, that is what the relationship turns into. Think about it, right? If she tests you, and if you don't pass all these crazy tests she throws at you, eventually, right, it becomes to where it's like, dude, I don't want to hold your hand. I just want the chips that you provide for me. Remember, like at this point, you're just a friend to me that's providing stuff to me. So just give me the chips. Like, nah, I'm good. All right, how about this one? I just posted this one on my Instagram today. The Mutant Eyes, best strategy, don't date at all, with a question mark. Depends. For some guys, that is the best strategy. For me, I like to date. I have a lot of fun dating. But I mean, it's kind of up to you, you know? But the best strategy that I say is like, man, really think twice, 3 times, 500 times if you're really seriously in today's day and age considering something like marriage with a woman. Just like, But other than that, man, you know, some people, dating is going to be fun and great. Now, I know a lot of guys that just have a lot of fun just hanging out with new girls, just seeing what happens, testing them, having fun testing them when you go on dates instead of getting tested, all that stuff. That's a lot of fun. But I know a lot of other guys, it's like, I would much rather, especially guys that have been through a marriage or something where they've had a lot of their freedom taken away for so long. It's like, to a lot of those guys, it's like, why would I want to spend my time learning how to pass more tests on dates? A lot of those guys would be like, I finally got freedom and I tasted freedom again. I'm going to get back into the hobbies I love. I'm going to keep doing things for me now. I'm finally getting to do stuff that I want in my life. So again, to each their own, whichever way works for you. But what I just thought, I had this epiphany a couple days ago, and I thought it was super interesting, is that I remember when I was a kid, I remember thinking, I wish I could, like, I wanted the freedom to be able to do what adults could do. I remember thinking, man, it would be really cool to be an adult, like the freedom to have, like, an adult, like be able to drive, do all that stuff. But at the same time, the freedom of being a kid, like having fun, like living life. When people say, like, they make fun of like the Peter Pan idea. Oh, this Peter Pan, he never wants to grow up. It's like, think about that, guys. From the youngest age, right, when you're kids, you never get to fully explore what you want. It's like you're a kid, and then you have these other locks on you about what you're able to do because you're a kid. You have to do this. You have to do chores. You don't have cars. You don't have access to things. But throughout life, when a guy finally gets to that point where he's able to financially support himself and then do what he actually wants to do, right? Explore the hobbies he wanted to do as a kid. Do whatever the heck you want to do. By that time in life, most guys have become brainwashed to believe that, well, I'm older now, I have to grow up. And now I have to put aside what I want to do and start a family. I got to move on to the next phase of my life. And it's like, I sit back and think about it. I'm like, okay, to myself and the other actual bachelors in my life of guys that I know that are around my age, it's like I live, and I'm not going to say it's like a dream. It's not like every day I dance on clouds and dance, like sing with the unicorns. But it's like a really fun way to live. It's like, imagine, right, when you were a kid, having the freedom to do what you want, having the resources now to do what you want, and then not having anyone tell you what to do. A lot of us bachelors don't realize how cool that is. Like, a lot of guys don't take that for granted, and a lot of guys literally never got to live that life. A lot of guys had to live for their parents growing up, and then they start living for a woman or someone else when they're older. So, man, it's the best strategy is do whatever works for you, but understand red pill for sure. Understand the truths. But man, there's just a lot of cool things in your life that open up when you'll give yourself the freedom. Men are effing wild, says Sydney. And look at what she posted. Some guy messages her and he says, "Hello, I have sent you money on your Cash App. I hope that he is more deserving of you than us other men. $1,000. $1,000. Guys, could you ever imagine in your life having a girlfriend and having women DM you because going, I'm sending you this money because I hope that that girl you're with, is more deserving than all of us other women, and she sends you $1,000. And women still complain about how unfair the world is for women. Are you serious? Wait. I got a meme that will sum exactly that up. Look at this. Why, when women say the patriarchy and women say that they're oppressed and all of that stuff, other than I know some countries, I would definitely not want to be a woman in other countries for sure. I mean, I'll take that for granted, but I'm saying Western feminists. Okay, check this out. Women see themselves as perpetually oppressed because they only compare themselves to high status men and don't even see low status men as human. This is so interesting. And I think it's so true. When we talk about hypergamy, guys, and right, hypergamy, high status man she wants, but her bar keeps going up as she experiences higher status men. You're right. She meets some guy that's a 6 out of 10 on the overall scale of however she combines that, and he takes her out to a dinner. Okay, he likes her. Cool. She has a 6 out of 10 under her belt. So now the next guy has to be a 6.1 out of 10 or above on however she would factor that in, right? And that guy that's a 6 out of 10, after she knows she can attain him, he becomes invisible. She doesn't see him. She doesn't think about him. Again, her worries are on herself and her future offspring. It's just how women were programmed for survivability. So it makes a lot of sense, right? This guy she deems a lower status, whether she's right in that or wrong, because this guy just liked her more, even though maybe he had a good job or whatever, he could provide a lot. He liked her more than she liked him, so she saw him as lower status. She literally chalks it up. Okay, that guy, 6 out of 10. Now I want 6.1 out of 10 or better. And as she moves up throughout life, dating around other guys, everyone at a certain point, a certain threshold, she literally doesn't even see all of these guys under it. And this is shout out to Brotherhood of MGTOW is where I got these memes from on Instagram. My cousin's ex leaked her nudes, so I told her to sue him for non-consensual porn and defamation of character. Now she's $10,000 richer and even got her photos back. Ladies, we no longer slashing tires and messing up his shoes. We taking their butts to court and getting paid. Now, this alarms me for a different reason than maybe what it looks like, because on the first part, okay, just don't leak nudes. Just don't do it, right? I've heard of other guys that are like, oh, I'm going to get her back. She cheated on me. I'm going to leak her nudes. It's like, why? What is that? That doesn't do, it won't be that satisfying for you, but you can get screwed over legally, like something like this. But what worries me is we taking their butts to court and getting paid. That little statement at the bottom, because that is what worries a lot of guys right now, is that the shift has changed. As less men are getting married, that was a really good way for a lot of women to be able to sneak in there and extract some resources. But as less men are falling for that trap, we're going to see other traps come up of little ploys of how they can get in the wallet. And, we taking the butts to court and getting paid, that's scary. Whether that's divorce or whether that's false allegations or a bunch of other stuff, just be careful, guys, knowing, a mindset like this. Again, not all women, but the fact that they're out there, you don't know which one it's going to be, so be careful.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
This girl, Brianne, says, fellas, if you break up with your girl and the next day she wins the $600 million jackpot, you mad or you don't care? And Bradley Smith says in the perfect, I'm going to say he said the perfect wording. He said the perfect punctuation. He did exactly. Bradley Smith said the perfect words. Just witty. I just respect a nice witty comment. I'm pregnant with a period. Just classic. Just that. That's all he sends. I love that. He didn't over explain himself. I'm pregnant. Bradley Smith, shout out to you. That's hilarious. Hey, Adam here. To really get an understanding on female nature and the games that women play, join my new program, Unplugged for Men. It's a continuously growing collection of these full-length, ad-free, uncensored red pill presentations to help men unplug from the blue pill matrix and learn the truth about women, dating, and relationships. Plus, when you join, you get access to our Unplugged community for men. You can download the app. You can look at it on your phone, on your iPad, anything with internet access. So join now. See you inside.